Welcome to Something
Sup,
Stoney.
fuckers?
Hey, fuckers. How you doing, man?
Fuckers, I'm doing good, man. How
Fuckers.
are you?
I'm good, man. It's a Sunday night. This is a little. We've done Sundays before, but Sundays always feel a little chill to me. Like I kind of like it. I kind of like Sunday nights are cool. Sundays are easy. Sundays are good. And maybe I'm just in a good mood because my birthday's next week. So maybe I'm just like all
Yeah,
fucking a about that shit. I'm all about that shit. I'm
excited about
excited.
your Affy concert.
I am. It'll be my first concert since. I mean, it wasn't that long ago. It was what Bad Religion, right? Bad Religion, Alkaline Trio, I think.
Uh, well, for you, that was your last concert.
Yeah, that was my last concert.
I've
But
been to a few.
yeah, you've been to more than that. I have a new one scheduled, which I don't know if I've told you about. It was an old one we had planned to go before pandemic, and we're going to see Pearl Jam. I'm excited.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm excited about that one. I've seen them a lot. But
When is that?
they rescheduled it to I believe May 7th or something like that, somewhere in there. I don't know. I don't fucking know.
You know who else is on tour right now?
Who?
Limp Bizkit. Oh yeah, dude.
Are you good to go?
And they're not. Well, what if they were coming to LA? They canceled their Hollywood show last year, and then they announced a new tour this year, and LA's not on it.
I wonder. Were they one of those that we won't go to places with a mask mandate, or were they one of those?
Well, I mean, it's lifted here though.
Yeah, it's lifted
Now,
here. Right?
but the weird thing was that even though their demographic is very anti-mask type of people, to say the least, when they they were at Lollapalooza last year, and that's when Hulu did like the live stream of Lollapalooza. So I watched their set on Hulu, and they were like, Fred Durst was up there being like. He's like, yo, make some noise if you got vax. And everyone, and like most people cheered. And he was like, that's very thoughtful of you. And he was like surprisingly woke. It was kind of off-putting.
That's a little odd. I mean, that's kind of odd. I wouldn't expect that. I mean, good for him. Hey, cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Dude, I'd see them in a heartbeat. Like, I get it. Look, whatever you want to say about them, I get it. But I love them. Fuck out of here, dude.
I posted something. So I saw. I don't know if I told you this. I don't know if I've talked about this on the show. I finally watched West Side Story, the remake.
Oh, I saw you post about that.
Yeah, it's a movie. That's what it is.
I
love the original movie. I think it's a monumental achievement in film. Robert Wise did this incredible job. The music, the dancing, all that stuff is really impressive. It's just a gorgeous film. And so I was hesitant, but I'm like, well, it's Spielberg, right? It's got to be something. It's got to be something good. So I decided to check it out. I started watching it, and I found myself going, they're going to sing ever? They're going to talking a lot. And then it was like, dude, it's like, I know you're not a musical guy, and I'm not exactly.
Really. That I think the two that I can think of that I really like, and they're very different movies themselves, is Rocky Horror Picture Show. I mean, that's like,
that's more of a cult show, you know.
That's a classic, dude. That's like you can't go wrong with that one. And then La La Land.
West Side Story, but what was the other one?
La La Land.
Oh yeah. Well, so like, look, you don't like musicals that much. I don't know if you would like the original, but the original, I don't know, to me it just had more passion when they sang. It felt really good. This one is so grounded, and so the colors are muted, and it feels really dead. It feels
we talked about this last week, where like movies back in those days had a certain like whimsical like charm to them that you really you don't get nowadays. And anytime it happens nowadays, it's a movie like La La Land where it's just a homage to the way things used to be. So unless you're doing that, then you're never going to, I mean, you're still never going to capture that, but doing it the way that like La La Land or something does, I think that's your best chance. But no. All right. Here's the thing, dude. First of all, let's get a couple of things out of the way. what's your flavor of the night? What do you
Oh
partaking in?
shit, that's a good question. I'm back to the fruit brand I got. They have a new thing. It's CBD, THC, kind of a mix of those
Okay.
two. And so I've been kind of trying that out now. I kind of like it. It's a pretty intense high for you have to take less. So I like it a lot, and it's great for this show. I've noticed. I did do this. I think last one of the shows I did do it. So what about you?
So I actually treated myself to a few things weed related.
Ooh,
One of them being this, which I've already smoked halfway through. This is another, like, it's not an El Blunto, but it's like a weed cigar, basically.
yeah,
So it's
yeah.
from Cookies. It's a strain called Ocean Beach. It's a hybrid.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
it's quite nice. It's quite nice. Now, I'll tell you
What was
what's even better. Have you ever heard of the hip hop duo known as Run the Jewels?
Yes, I have. Yes.
Okay. So, for anybody who doesn't know, first of all, if you're a hip hop fan, check out Run the Jewels for sure. Uh, they really are like this generation's Rage Against the Machine. Like
Really?
as far as like the things that they address in their music and their message and their agenda, and actually because of that, they are currently on tour with Rage Against the Machine.
Oh.
And yeah, so it's a rap duo. One of them is Killer Mike from Atlanta. He's been a part of the Southern hip hop scene since the early days. So
Okay.
he's got a lot of, and then the other one is LP from New York. And LP is, because one's black, one's white. LP is the white one. So they already have like diversity between the two.
Hmm.
LP is from New York, and LP is a like a legend he's been a legend in the underground hip hop scene since like 2003, and he produces every single one of Run the Jewels songs. Like all those beats are his. Like the entirety of that song is
I'm looking
those.
them up because I'm curious.
Yeah,
So keep
all of their
talking.
music is 100% them. And his producing style, his beats and everything, and his sound when he produces is so unique. And it kind of, I think, in a lot of ways, shaped the way a lot of underground hip hop songs sound. So,
Oh, cool.
anyway, the point being, a while back, they've attached their brand to quite a few products. One of them being coffee, which I had the chance to try, like a canned one of their like cold brews. When I
Oh,
was back home, it was like there's a oh, I'm so sorry. I just had I like cooked tacos before the show.
good
And
God! Why did you do that?
because I don't want to wait till after to start cooking.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
just like fucking hammered it all in my face, and I'm like, I'm camera ready. Um, so yeah, I tried their cold brew. There's a local coffee shop, um, chain in throughout downtown Chicago called Dark Matter Coffee.
Mhm.
The first of all, which is a super nice coffee shop, which has a lot of lovely things to offer. Coffee super good, but they've also extended their brand into, of course, marijuana. So this is, by the way, that is the cover of their most recent album, Run the Jewels 4.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's their call sign.
No
So like
edibles though. Do they do edibles?
they might,
Yeah.
they might. I actually don't know. So this strain is called Ooh La La,
Ooh
and
la la. Okay.
which is the name of one of their songs off the album. There's a hybrid, and it's also
Ooh,
higher
look.
THC. Super, super good. I had some last night. Very, very good. The thing with these like collaboration type of strains where it's like some sort of artist or celebrity, doing it's always a gamble because you're like, is this person actually, are they doing it for like just like kind of slap their name on something to get money,
Yeah.
or is it
Yeah.
like they actually have a passion for this type of product and they want to be able to cultivate their own version of it? And the best example of that is obviously Seth Rogen. I mean, yeah, he's a known pot smoker, but does his weed hold up? And as I've talked about many times. Yes, it fucking does.
Big
But
time,
also,
yeah.
so does Run the Jewels. Run the Jewels
Really?
weed is fantastic. It's like
Ooh.
it's like up on the list of like the best and my favorite already.
Wow.
You know,
And you just started trying it, right?
I just started trying it. It's
Good.
it's another thing, you know, kind of like houseplant or just with really any good quality weed is that all of the aspects are there. The smell,
Mm.
the taste, the high, everything. So, and it hits all those marks. So,
Yeah, man.
if you can get a hold of, by the way, I did like a delivery order thing, which is always twice as much money.
Of course.
And this stuff, they sell this stuff at a dispensary like 10 minutes away from my apartment.
Oh shit. I
It's
wonder if
called
to find
Lemonade.
one.
That's also the same place that sells the Deftones weed, which I still need to try.
You haven't tried the Deftones weed, dude? How
No,
dare
not
you?
yet.
You're a
I
bad
know.
fan. You're a
Well,
bad
all
fan.
right, chill out. Well, I've also been working less because like Uber Eats doesn't really bode well with these gas prices.
Oh god, yeah, I didn't I dude, I didn't even I've been thinking about like
It's
just
already
Uber.
it's already a job that the money that you make, it depends on so many variables. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
like the size of the delivery, how far away it is, if the person tips at all, which most people don't, and if they do, how much it is, which most people it's like
Wait,
$1 or $2
people
because they're
most people don't tip?
garbage. No, they
Most
don't.
people
It's fucking dude, I swear to God, you see people like online talk about like tipping etiquette.
yeah.
People have no fucking idea. People are like such there's the people that are dirtbags that do it intentionally because they want to save money and blah blah blah. But and then there's
Yeah.
the people that just like kind of don't know any better. That's why I think that tipping etiquette, it's such a huge part of so many things in our social lives. You know, you go to a bar, a restaurant, you get your
Sure.
haircut, you get all of these different places where it's supposed to, you know, you get food delivered, all of these things where tipping is part of the etiquette, part of the process. I think that needs to be taught well so that way people can learn how to tip properly and quit screwing people over because, you know, people like, first of all, obviously, especially out here with people like me who are like up and coming actors and blah blah blah, it's just like these restaurants are filled with people like that, you
Mhm.
know, and this is how they make their money. This is how they make their money. This is how they make a living. This is how they pay their bills, all of that
Sure.
stuff. And people come up with the most lazy ass excuses about like, you know, like, well, maybe that's all they have. And maybe, which first of all,
Well,
if that's all they have, then they shouldn't be eating out. And I've said it 100 times over. Dude, this thing sucks. I've said it 100 times over that if you don't have enough money to tip, you don't have enough money to go out. That's a part of it. That's part of the whole thing.
mm,
And I, you know, that's there would be people that would come in when I worked in the steakhouse. There would be people that would come in, only order appetizers. It'd be like a group of like fucking 12 of them. They'd only order appetizers, share appetizers, and then they would all get like one or two desserts to share between them, and then they'd all have coupons, and then they would all like and then they wouldn't tip. It's like they're coming to a steakhouse to spend as little money as possible. And it's like, yeah, or maybe it's time to admit that you just don't have enough money to do
yeah.
that. You
Yeah.
know, save up a little bit and then actually get the full experience and not
Yeah.
fuck over people that are just trying to do their job.
Yeah, at least look. I remember like whenever we get like a gift certificates for like because a lot of times we don't go out that often, or we just because I don't want to. But like if you get a gift certificate for like I don't know whatever Olive Garden shit, $50 gift certificate, we try to order like we usually don't order the whole 50. We'll order a 35, $38 or whatever. The rest we're like, here, keep it. You can have the tip. I mean, it's even when we have a fucking gift certificate, we try to tip just
Yeah.
because it's. I'm not saying I'm always the best tipper. I try to be. My wife is always the best tipper. She's a great tipper. I'm learning. I'm learning from her because I kind of didn't. In a weird way, I think you're right that I
Yeah.
think there should be, but at the same time, it's not a guarantee. So,
No, and
you know,
people try to, you know, blame it on the service. And it's like, do you know how substantially bad anybody's service would have to be to justify not giving them anything
yeah,
or like $1 or some bullshit, you know? And then you have people that try to say like, Well, it should just be, they should change it to where they don't need to be tipped, and they don't.
Sure, they should, but it's not
They
happening
should,
right
but
now.
that's not how it is.
Hmm?
So quit fucking making excuses, dude. I don't know. It's fucking ridiculous.
And
People are
it
getting
is what it
crazy out
is.
here.
It's yeah. I when we so I have a we regularly attend Denny's once a week. I pick up food just because I love the waitress. I think I've talked about her, D. And
These
dude,
nuts.
once the no, not that D. Once we started picking it up and going, we tipped her. We doubled the tip that we usually give, and we still do. As long as we're going there, as long as we're dealing with her, we're gonna give her a huge tip because
Dude,
she's great.
back when I was making my COVID money,
Yeah.
I was getting stimulus checks and unemployment, and we could just fucking ball. I'll tell you what makes you feel like a real baller is
What's that?
Giving somebody a 100% tip. So you tip what the bill is. I mean, it was only like $25, but I was at one of my favorite cafes in Hollywood. I had just went on a hike. I changed into some nice clothes, watched a podcast while I was at this little cafe, and gave the dude 100% tip.
That's
And I was like,
amazing.
man, this is like, you feel like a fucking celebrity or something.
Yeah, no, I like moments like that when you have that little extra that you can do something like, or like my I love the whole fucking you when you go through a drive through and you're just suddenly like, you know what? How much do they got to back me? I'm paying their bill too. How have you done that before?
I haven't done that, but I have had, and that's happened to me, I think, like once at a Starbucks.
Okay, yeah, it's happened
Yeah.
a few times. It's happened a few times to me, and I've done it myself just because you're. I think there was one time I was kind of coming into a drive-through, and the woman was kind of coming in, but she was in the wrong area. So I was like, "Well, do you want to just go in?" So she's like, "No, no, no, go ahead, go ahead." And I'm like, "That's okay, cool." So I went in. I was like, "Well," she was really nice about that because a lot of people are like, "Oh no, fuck you! I gotta get in. I
Yeah.
had the right blah blah blah." So I paid her bill. It's just simple, I was like, "Well, fuck it." If she was that nice, I would be happy to do something nice for her because it's like it is that whole kind of. I do believe in the give back good, and you'll get back good. I really do. You don't believe that?
So I've been watching some movies lately.
Well, yeah, we do got to talk about the movies we talked about last week. See if we actually watched them.
Oh, we did. And I watched quite a few more. I've actually been kind of
Oh,
really getting into this going through my old DVD collection.
you really
Yeah.
have. Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been nice. I'm kind of getting back into just watching movies, especially like because that's the problem with the whole Uber Eats and like the gas prices thing. There's not a whole lot of scenarios where I would come out profitable.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, I'm not earning any extra money, which is problematic. But I think ultimately I'd save more money by just coming straight home.
Probably. Probably.
Yeah. So I don't know. Until Putin's done farting around,
I know.
I guess I'm just coming home.
Fuck
So I
that
had
guy.
this extra time when I come home. So I've just been watching movies and which by the way, I was going to tell you this before the show, but I'll go ahead and say it now because I do want people to watch this. I'll send it to you. It is so as you know, I'm a big comedy fan. I'm a big Chris DiStefano fan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so I listen to his podcast every week. Well, the most recent one, maybe not the most recent one, but one of his recent ones. In the beginning of it, because he also knows a lot about history. He used to host a podcast that was all based around history.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so he goes into detail about about the exact situation between Ukraine and Russia and why this is happening, why it's actually kind of the US's fault. And he explains it in perfect detail. And yeah, I'll send it to you. And it's so informative. And I think that if for something like this, to have someone just kind of give you like a quick but very informative breakdown of exactly what the
It's not like a
situation
deep
is.
state thing though, like Biden's all the but it's not one of
No, no,
those.
no,
Yeah,
no, no.
okay, I'm
It's
not listening to
literally
that.
no, no,
I'm
no.
not listening to
It's literally facts. It's like
that.
this
Okay.
is what's going on, and this is why it's happening. The whole like U.S. being involved. That's not like, oh, Biden's not doing this or that. That is
Okay.
like just that's also like fact.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll send that to you. I just look up. I'll go ahead for anybody listening who's interested. I'll go ahead and so it's Chris Stefano. It's Chrissy Chaos is the name of his podcast. It's Chrissy Chaos, and the name of the episode where he kind of goes over it is called "Mermaids, Ghosts, and Pussy." So be sure to look that up. Mermaids, Ghosts, and Pussy, Chrissy Chaos. It's like it's pretty much how he opens the show.
Okay.
It's like
Okay.
all within the first like 30 minutes of the video. He goes over it all, And also check it out because he's like, dude, he's hilarious. Come on.
I know. I do think he's funny. I mean, from what I've seen, I don't really. It's yeah. I'll check it out. I'll check it out. Generally, I'm not huge
I think it's
into.
but I
I'm
mean
not a big
it's not like
fan
a
of
political,
comedians
yeah.
doing
But see, and that's
political
the thing
humor.
though. I get that, but like that's not what this is. It's like
Okay.
it's literally just, and especially with him, he doesn't
Mhm.
really get preachy. He just says
Okay.
shit to fuck around. Like
Okay. I mean,
and
I'll give it
that's
a listen.
and I like the silly shit. But
I don't
I
know if I'll like it as much as you do. I probably won't. I
well,
probably
but see,
won't.
that's the thing though. No. But that's the thing. You got to understand. I'm not pitching this because I think that he does a funny bit about it.
Mhm.
I'm endorsing it because it goes over the whole thing and it's strictly informative, and I find
Okay.
it super interesting because this is a huge deal what's happening, and it could
It is.
very easily and quickly involve the US, and who knows what the fuck will happen there. So the best thing to do is to be informed, and if you want just like a brief overview about like what the exact situation is,
Mhm.
then that gives it to you right there.
Oh yeah, I'll give it a listen. I mean, I'm very skeptical of any kind of video. Like, I'll have to see it. Like, I just there's too many people preaching who don't know fucking shit about it, who
Sure,
quote
but it's
facts.
not preachy.
Okay, that's yeah. I mean, to me,
It's
I
just
don't know that.
this
I
is
don't know.
it's just this is what
Okay,
this
I
is what
mean,
happened.
I'll
This is why all
I'll
this is
give it a
happening.
try. Yeah, I'll give it a try for sure. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, I don't listen to a lot of podcasts because I just do one with you, but I'll check it out. I'll check it out.
because you're
I'm
too busy
curious.
talking to celebrities, dude. All right, so we also gotta talk about this
Oh God, what?
before we get into anything else. One movie that I did watch in particular, something I've been meaning to talk to you about.
Oh, I think I know what it is.
I watched The Batman.
Okay.
Yeah.
How'd you feel?
Well, okay. Let me start off by saying that I knew this right away. I know that I need to watch it another time
Yeah, it's
to
a
to
good
really
two
kind
watcher
of to really kind of like wrap my head around it and get it and kind of really feel it out better, I guess, to get
for
like a
sure.
more finalized opinion on it.
Yeah.
I do know that. However, I'm for sure for the second watch, I'm gonna wait for HBO
Okay.
because that whole upcharge with AMC, I don't agree with that at all. And I know that one dude boycotting it isn't going to do much, but I still refuse.
No, I agree. I think it's
That's such a
lame. Yeah.
disgusting move given the
Especially
times
during a
that we're in.
pandemic. Especially when we're still in a pandemic. They're pulling that shit. I don't like that.
Well, and plus with gas, I mean, gas just went over $6 out here.
Yeah,
Like,
I did not go to an AMC to see it, by the way.
yeah, yeah, I did, but I had a free movie pass, so I saw it
There
for
you go.
free. So, man, I I've been trying to really rack my brain so that way I can represent my opinion well,
Okay,
because I didn't like it as much as you did. I didn't
that's
like it
fine.
as much as a lot of people did.
That's fine.
I don't think it's a 10 at all.
Okay, and
Um
that's fine. Your opinion.
I
That is
I think
fine.
that I think that first of all, I did like Pattinson's Batman.
No, he's
Patman.
great.
I
Yeah.
liked Patman. Um it's not my favorite. Dude, yeah, I and I know that like not everyone feels this way at all, but
Mhm.
I wanted to see more of Ben Affleck's Batman.
Oh
I
God.
think like the
Oh
bulky,
God.
like he played a seasoned Batman well, I
He
thought.
played Ben Affleck playing bad Batman.
Like I
He did.
think that yeah, but I mean that you
It
can
wasn't
say that
good.
about
It wasn't good. I mean, look, I hate to even talk about his Batman because I think it's terrible. It's a terrible performance. I'm not a fan. It's so bland, it's so wooden. But with that said, I know a lot of people that love it. I know a lot of people that it worked for, and it so it's
I think the look I think the like just looking at him, I think I see Batman more looking at him. Like or at least what I know as Batman, what I the
so as long
version
as
of
he
Batman
doesn't
that I
talk
prefer.
or
Yeah,
act.
I guess maybe that's what I'm thinking of, dude. I seriously think that that warehouse fight scene in Batman vs Superman, which was the only good part of that movie, I think
That
that's
was a
like
good
the
part of that
best.
movie.
No, dude, I'm serious. Like
I'm
that fight
serious. It was
scene,
terrible.
yeah, no, it's not a good movie, but like that fight scene is a very good fight scene,
Are you
especially.
talking about the Martha scene? Where they realize their names, the mom's names, and
No,
Martha.
not him and Superman. Him fighting the
Oh,
goons in the empty
oh, gotcha,
warehouse.
gotcha. I'm confused.
Yeah, that was I loved that. Anyway,
I
whatever.
don't remember it at all. I don't
Back
remember
to
that
the
movie.
Batman. So I'm gonna take this step by step.
Okay.
I like Pattinson's Batman.
Okay.
His Batman I thought was good. I wouldn't mind seeing more of it. It's still not my favorite. His
Mhm.
Bruce Wayne leaves little to be desired. It's
Well, it
not
was
like
it's not because it's called the Batman. It's about the Batman because we've seen Bruce
right, but
Wayne a million times.
that doesn't matter though.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter though. Like there's still Bruce Wayne parts and that's enough. You know, like that's enough to get a feel.
Mhm.
So and so there wasn't the I think the biggest redeeming quality for his Batman for me that made me feel more comfortable with his is that it's like an early Batman. He hasn't been
Yeah.
Batman for very long. So that explains why he looks so young, why he fucking, all of this shit.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, this helps me get on board with this because now that helps make more sense of what I'm seeing.
For sure.
And so yeah, that was all right. I asked a friend about it back home. He's like the biggest comic book Batman fan that I know. And
Mhm.
I know that he's seen it. So I was like, what did you think? Which his opinion is, I respect it, but he doesn't. The problem is that when you have a comic book movie like this, comic book fans and movie fans hardly ever see eye to eye, I think. Yes, there's crossover between the two camps, but
Well, for this one, there definitely is because it's doing really well. This is one of the first times I've actually reviewed a superhero movie where every fucking comment isn't like half of the comments are like "fuck you, that movie sucks" or "fuck you, that movie's great." It's
see, I
all
think
pretty
that
positive.
right. Well, I'm actually seeing less of that now. Part of me wonders if there wasn't some sort of cahooting going on. Maybe not
No,
on a
that
large
doesn't
scale,
happen. That doesn't
but
happen at all. People always say that. People are always like, "Oh no, there's a plan to we got to get these." What they do is they try to go, "Okay, these critics or so, whoever we're inviting to the show, they tend to they like this stuff or they like these things, and then they invite them. There's no cahoots. There's no special secret like, oh no, say you like it. It's that's what butthurt fans who doesn't like what the critics have to say about a movie say when a movie gets great reviews that they don't like or a movie gets
yeah.
trashed, which
Well,
they
I
like
also
what
think
happened
that
with Batman versus Superman. A lot of people love that movie. A lot of people love that film.
Well, I mean, I don't love the movie, but I think that anyway, my point being that like because there's this, I think that there's certain things that in certain movies entirely that maybe the comic fans are going to like more than the film fans, and that's why
Maybe.
there's this. And I think that this one felt like the movie itself just kind of jerked itself off a lot. It felt very pandery. But that's fine. I'm just talking. Yeah, yeah. But I think that it's very. It felt like a movie for movie fans as opposed to Batman fans, because
really, I disagree with that.
and that's fine.
Yeah. I'm surprised that because
because you got to understand that, like, again, I'm a fan of these. I'm more of a Batman fan than I am a comic fan, if that makes any sense. Like, I don't read comics, but like I know a lot about Batman because I'm a big fan, and I'm obviously a film fan. But when I go into these, I go into them as a Batman fan, and
well, it's very close to the comics, like the early comics that when he was a detective, when he was, that is very close to that. It was inspired by
but you don't know that though.
I do know that.
No, but yes. you don't know that.
I know that because I've talked to the director and I've talked to fans that have told me that.
See, here's the thing.
I did my research. I actually do research to do my job, my friend.
Research. Everybody does research.
Don't be an asshole. Fuck off.
Yeah. So see, here's the thing. It did feel very pandery because I think that
just kidding.
The best way that I can describe it is that, and this is really kind of the thing that I've stuck with, that as far as I can tell, and again, I don't know, maybe some things will change after a second viewing, that I think it's a great movie. It's undoubtedly a great movie.
Okay.
Like it really is. I don't think any part of it's bad.
Okay.
None of it. No part of it is a bad movie at all. So I do want to say that
I'll be serious now.
There's a lot of good parts about it. There's a lot of things that it does have going for it. But I think that it's a great crime thriller movie, but an okay Batman movie.
That honestly makes sense a little bit. Simple. I would slightly disagree because I know a lot of Batman fans, from what I've heard, and I hear a lot because a lot of people want to tell me what they think of a movie, especially if they liked it. They like to tell me that sucks. But I feel like that is why I liked it so much. It wasn't a superhero movie. I'm so fucking tired of these.
And that's what I mean.
Yeah, I'm so burned out of it's the same shit every fucking time.
Sure.
You know,
and a lot of them, especially Marvel, they have the same formula for every movie.
And
that's
it's successful. I get it.
It is, but that's what was so refreshing about like Far From Home is that it was a little different. It did something very different.
I like Batman much more than I like Far From Home. I like
really.
I don't. Hell yeah. Because Far From Home was still the typical. It was a still typical superhero movie. Still,
yeah, but done
it wasn't
more correctly.
A superhero movie. It wasn't. It was a detective story. It was a noir. So I think that's why I liked it so much. And
that's what I mean. Like, that's what I mean when I say like it's a great movie, undoubtedly, but it's an okay Batman movie. All of the movie parts are great. All of the Batman parts are fine. You know, I mean, within that, there are good things. I mean, I did like Pattinson's Batman. My buddy even said, he goes, like the way the Batsuit is and like the gadgets and stuff, the versatility of it. He goes, he's like, even as someone who generally doesn't like these movies at all because he's such a comic nerd and he wants it like ripped straight from the page. Even he was like, that's the best iteration that we've seen in any Batman movie is his suit.
I agree.
And I
also like the fact that really quickly that, like, you know, when they spoiler, I guess, when they put the contacts in the eyes, I like the fact that they kind of they didn't just go, oh, okay, it's Christian Bale going, I'm Batman, like this horrible voice. They kind of made the reality of how he could be not confused with Batman a little more realistic with the eyes, the changing of the look. The suit really added to that. So I think I definitely agree with your friend on that.
Yeah, well, I mean, the eyes was to help the
See,
detective work,
yeah, which
but
was a great. That was a great. I mean,
yeah,
I
well, yeah, I mean,
yeah.
really, yeah, I mean, his detective work is a huge part of the character, and it's never really been explored in any other
No,
movie.
no,
And this one did a pretty good job of exploring it. I mean, I think that it's always going to be, it's really the first Batman to kind of explore it. So, I mean, there's
yeah,
really nothing to compare it to.
yes,
It was all
that's
right,
true.
but my favorite part of it was the highway chase scene, specifically the beginning of that scene. This was the only part that really kind of got me like excited was
Mhm.
when he fires up the Batmobile for the first time.
That was cool. Yeah, that was
That
cool.
was a good moment. Yeah, yeah.
Well,
I and so then all right, so let's continue. So Zoe
go
Kravitz.
ahead.
I liked her. I thought she
Mhm.
was a great Catwoman. I don't think there's anything substantial, but I mean, it's like she did her job. You know what I mean? Like it
Mhm.
doesn't stick out, but she's playing Catwoman. It's a
Yeah.
believable. She's playing Catwoman. So that is what it is, and I was okay with that. And which, by the way, you lied to me. You said, because when you were talking to me about it, you're like, oh, they use this Nirvana song to create this like thick atmosphere. And I was like, oh, I bet I know what it is. I bet it's something in the way. And you're like, yeah. So and I don't know, maybe maybe it's my fault for creating a false expectation, but
Uh-huh.
because you were like, the way they use it, it creates like this moment, like this atmosphere, and it's like super cool. And
Yeah, that's not a lie. That's
I
literally.
didn't agree with that.
Oh,
Maybe it's
literally,
just because
almost every review says that.
uh, you know what
Yeah.
it felt like?
No,
It
it was
felt like
great.
well, I mean, first of all, the song is great. We can all
Yeah,
agree on that. I
it's
mean,
a great song,
no,
and it's
yeah.
really well used in the movie twice.
It's well. I didn't. Well, I'm not saying it was. It's not well used. I mean,
Mm.
I think that it fits. It fits,
Yeah, it fits
but
really well.
I think that I don't think it creates a moment. I think because the times that
Ooh,
they
I
use it,
disagree. I
the
mean,
times that they
when
use
you're
it,
using that song in the score in several moments throughout the film,
right? But that's not the
they're
song.
using it
That's the
really well.
score.
To
Right, but that's
well,
not the
which
song. That's the
yes,
score.
but it is a song used twice in the movie in
Right.
very pivotal
My point
scenes.
being though, yeah, yeah. My point being that
Yeah, yeah, yeah. With your point.
dude, I'm gonna fucking leave. I my point Jesus Christ. My point being um
Well,
I don't think it
before you
creates a
forget,
moment.
I
Shut up.
didn't
I don't
lie to
think
you.
that
I didn't lie to you.
yeah.
It's just a difference of opinion. That's all that is.
Yeah, no, that's what yeah. Oh my god, dude. I knew this was gonna be hard. This is gonna be such a fucking pain in the ass. Such a fucking pain in the ass.
At least it's not Peninsula.
I don't give a shit. I no, I don't think it creates a moment because or at least it took me out of the moment because the times that they do use it,
Mm-hmm.
um there's just like a lot of dialogue over it. And to me, to create the atmosphere, and there were other parts where I thought maybe it would have fit better, where
Mm.
um there's no it's just total silence. I think to me that's what creates a moment like that, you know, especially in movies. It's total silence and the song is carrying the scene. But for that, it was just kind of in the background while these things were happening and there was like a monologue happening. And to me, that kind of took me out of the song. To me, that's just like
All right.
a featured song in a movie the way there would be in any other movie, you know,
Yeah,
where it's
I
like, this is the
definitely
song.
disagree, but I get it. I get it. It makes sense if it. I see what you're saying. Like I'm not pissing on your reaction. It just didn't work for you, and or it worked. I get like it was just a song in a movie, like like any other film. For me, I don't know why it just had an impact, and I think it. I don't know what it is. It worked for me so well. It's
Well,
I
I mean,
can't.
it's like I said, it does match the song and it matches the tone of the movie or
Oh,
match
for
the movie. It
sure,
matches the tone of the movie very well.
for
That's what I
sure.
meant to say. I don't know. I think I just had a different idea of what it was going to play out like.
That's fair.
But
That's fair.
my and this was my biggest thing, which by the way, I know that in the beginning and when the critics got a hold of this, it got tens and all this shit. But I think that now that it's been out for a little bit, I've been seeing a lot more people and like hearsay,
Mm-hmm.
a lot more people are like not that impressed with it either. And
Yeah, sure. Well,
my
that
my
happens with everything, though. Like
my
we're in a
manager
time.
is also the manager at a movie theater, and he said a lot of people walked out. And even
Mhm.
when I was in the theater, which this brings me to my final point,
Okay.
which to me this is the movie's biggest problem, and I knew this from the get-go. And I don't care, dude, I don't care.
Mhm.
I don't care. It's way too fucking long. It's way too fucking long.
Okay.
And it's honestly, dude, it's like it's too slow. It's too slow for how long it is. There's not enough there. It easily could have been cut down. It easily
It,
could have been cut down.
I'm gonna disagree, but
I
yeah,
don't,
that's
and that's
fine.
fine, but I don't.
That's
It's
fine.
like it's too. There's not enough that happens in
Well,
to justify it being so long. In the last like 30, 40 minutes of it, I'm sitting there like, and there's so many moments where you're like, okay, this is the end. Oh no, this
but
is the end. Oh, this
like,
is the
okay,
end. And
let,
I even saw people like pulling out their phones all throughout the theater, and I'm like, dude,
mhm.
they're checking the time because they're like, dude, how fucking long has it been?
Yeah,
Because they're
but
not.
I see people do that during Fast and Furious now. So it's, I
But
mean,
but
literally
like that's
every
not. Well,
movie
I mean,
people
they're
do
gonna
that.
do it for Fast 9 because that one's definitely like,
Yeah.
let's wrap it up.
No,
But
I see almost every movie. Every movie. Shang-Chi, people were had their phones out. Every movie. Every movie nowadays. It's fucking annoying. That's look. I disagree on the length. I disagree on because I don't think a movie has to have wall to wall action to be. I
well, that's
for
not what I'm saying.
for
I
no,
think
but
that
for me, but let me finish. For me, I was like, it reminded me of those stories that unwinded, twisted around, twisted around. I like the smaller moments. I thought it absolutely earned the 3 hours.
you
Absolutely,
know what I'm.
100%. But I can understand why that wouldn't necessarily it's clearly a long movie. Like I
Dude,
went
I'll
to
tell you what. It's definitely not because I'm like young and maybe my attention span isn't really,
no, yeah, you
like
know you're
some
not.
pieces of shit that we have on the show say, but like I think that
Oh gee, I wonder who that was.
it's what would have been cool. I think really the best example of a movie that's like 3 hours that has kept my attention the best that I've watched recently is the new Blade Runner. I think that's a phenomenal movie.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think that
No, I
that
agree with
one
you.
utilizes what it doesn't, the time that it just spends kind of like where there's not much really anything going on.
Mhm.
That whole world in Blade Runner has such a thick atmosphere that, and the first one did this too. They had those big shots where
Yeah.
it's just like, and again, that's another one of those movies where the smaller moments and
Mhm.
just the atmosphere. I think it would have been cool if maybe instead of smaller moments, they focused on more of like kind of shots like that, like
Yeah.
for the Batman. I think that would have been cool. But dude, it was like way too long, and
Mhm.
people, at the end, of course, clap, and I'm like, like let's get the fuck out of here. I don't know. Uh, I do think
I mean, I've been
who
to
I
two
think.
screenings and I didn't have that kind of thing. I didn't have people walking out. I didn't have people looking at the phones. Completely opposite. And one of them wasn't a critic screening. One of them was just a fan screening. It's all look. I remember. I'm never really a big supporter of like I when you go see a movie with an audience. Sometimes, like I remember seeing an audience with seeing The Exorcist when they re-released it about 10 years ago or whatever. People laughed the whole movie. I remember seeing The Witch. People laughed. I remember seeing the original Halloween in theaters when because they always release it for Halloween. People are like, oh, stupid. So I'm very like I never judge a movie by the audience because unfortunately a lot of times they you just may get in a crowd that isn't really into it. And look, I'm not going to tell you I don't fully disagree that it's too long. I don't fully disagree. It wasn't too long for me. I didn't feel it, but I can see why someone would. But to be like your friend works at the movie theater. This thing is still number one. It's making a ton of money. So
that doesn't mean anything,
whether people, let me finish my point. Whether people are complaining or not, who the fuck cares? They still paid the money to see it.
Right,
I
but
just don't get. I
that
don't
doesn't mean anything.
what it. Well, it does mean something. I don't get. And the reviews are great. Most people I know love this movie. What is weird to me, and maybe it's something I don't know how you are with this, is that a 3-hour movie people scoff at, yet they'll binge a 12-hour series and no, like no problem. I that's weird to me, and I
Well,
know
I
so
mean,
many
and
people that do
that's
that.
a fair point. I mean,
Not.
but I
And
mean,
look,
I also think that that's also different because
it's not. Why
these
is it different though? Because it's the
because
same story told. It's just a long version of one story.
yeah, but it's broken up into digestible episodes
Yeah, but
where
you
it
still
but that's normally well, hang on.
okay.
Won't you let me finish my point there, buddy?
Okay.
Um the thing with a show and what makes it so bingeable is that it's digestible episodes. But
Mm.
a lot of these episodes still get treated, even if they get released one season at a time, a lot of them get treated as if they were weekly releases. So you have to have like, instead of having a long movie where there's lulls, it's like it's broken up into episodes
Mm.
where, so it's easier to keep things happening, is my point. It's easier to keep things happening and keep people interested and
Oh,
drawn in, as
I
opposed
guess,
to a
yeah.
long movie where it's like you're trying to fit the whole thing in 3 hours.
Mm.
So there's like, I don't know.
See, I
But you
prefer
also,
that because to me, like a series, even if it's 12 episodes or 10 episodes, you're going to have episodes that are like, this is fucking stupid. Why is this even in? Why am I even watching this fucking episode? American Horror Story is terrible about that.
but
You'll be like, oh my God.
there's also the thing of like when people binge, they're not like in a fucking plane seat next to a bunch of loud assholes who are on their phone.
Yeah, it's still sitting and watching something for 12 hours, though. That's, I,
Yeah, but
that doesn't make a
people
difference to
don't
me.
actually binge like that. And if they do, it's because they are like unemployed.
Well,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
no. I mean, I do know people that do that usually on their days off. They'll just like fucking, they'll just, I want to chill and I want to, and I'm not, and look, I'm not even saying that that's a bad thing. Like my wife does it all the time. She wouldn't, she's not going to go see the Batman. She's not going to see it. She'll watch it on HBO Max, but I can tell you already, she's not going to like it. It's too long for her,
Yeah.
and that's fine. I mean, it's not a, it's such a, we're in such a weird place that we have so much content
Mm-hmm.
to the nth degree. So I'm not gonna bash anyone's like I don't care if someone hates the Batman and thinks it's the worst movie ever made. That's fine. I know people that hate Mad Max Fury Road, dude. They hate that movie. I don't get it, but hey, cool. That's awesome. That's fine. It's and I think you have valid points. I don't agree with them, but you have valid points, and I
You
think
know, who I think stole the show is
who
Colin Farrell.
he was really good. He
I
was
love,
really good.
dude. He stole every scene he was in. I
I
loved
see.
watching him.
I really enjoyed him. I like the cast and all.
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
liked it. It was just I think for me it worked so well simply because I'm so burnt out of these movies and it was so complete. I it was kind of like when I saw Logan with Hugh Jackman.
Sure, yeah, it is very different, and I don't think it's different necessarily in a bad way.
No,
For me, this just wasn't it. I think there's potential, and I'm curious to see what they do with the sequel. Hopefully, it's a little shorter.
I wonder if you'll like it more the second time. I did. I did. It's funny because
Yeah,
I went with a friend to see it the second time, and he walked out. He's like, "Oh my god, that was long," but then he's like, "But I fucking loved it." So
yeah.
there is that camp that just
Well, and plus, dude, like movies being fucking 2 hours, 40 minutes, 45 minutes, it's become like a standard. I
it's
feel like,
yeah, it's a bit. I mean,
and it's
I
a problem. I don't like that at
there's
all.
a point. I'm not gonna lie. There's a I had to do some interviews this week, and I had to watch a movie, and I was like, they're coming next week, and I was like, I was so busy last week with everything going on. I had a lot of shit going on, and I was like, oh god, I gotta watch a movie. I'm like, how fucking long is it? And I saw it was 90 minutes, dude. I was like, woo! Yeah.
It's so funny. Like because somebody that I work with was gonna go see it, and they were complaining about how long the Batman is,
Yeah.
and I was like, yeah, whatever. But then the day I was planning on seeing it, I was like, yeah, you really have to meticulously plan out because
You
that's
do.
like a chunk of your fucking day.
It's a it's I think you've got I think it's fair to say it's too long. I really do. And
Dude, I rented No Time to Die. It's been sitting there for a week. I'm like, because it's also like 3 hours. I'm like,
yeah, it's
dude.
long. Really long.
So
Yeah, I started watching I've watched half of that and it's okay. It's
yeah.
I just it's something I keep getting interrupted with and I just I don't know. I'm not like really feeling watching it right now. So I'm like I haven't gotten
Yeah.
to it.
Well, yeah. Well, Daniel Craig's I don't know. His Bond movies are
Two have been brilliant. Skyfall and the first one,
Casino
Casino
Royale.
Royale were fucking
You
brilliant.
know, the first time I watched Casino Royale, I didn't like it, but I was also very young, and
Oh, gotcha.
my last impression of James Bond was Pierce Brosnan, which were always like these big action packed, So
Yeah.
I feel like if I rewatched it now, I'd enjoy it. And I loved Skyfall,
Skyfall's
but I
Skyfall's
felt
probably my favorite Bond movie. Legitimately. Legitimately.
and it has like such a nice nod to the originals
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
you love. And dude, I fell asleep in Spectre twice.
Oh, Spectre's fucking horrible. It's horrible. It's a
I
bad
was like, did anything happen yet? Fuck.
it's so the action in that is so lazy and you just I look and I look I again I know people that love this movie. I know people that actually Spectre and
Yeah, they
it's a
probably like the
favorite.
Batman.
Fuck off, motherfucker. No, they didn't because Spectre
They
didn't get
probably
good
give it a
reviews.
10. I'm gonna give
Fuck.
it a 10 because
Honestly, I'm
it's
gonna be
got
real
Batman
here.
flying around.
Nothing pisses me off more when people bitch about numbers. Nothing. Because it's are you five? Not you. I'm not I know you're
Well,
joking.
then plus like,
I
well,
know
yeah,
you're
and
joking,
plus,
but like
I mean,
fucking A.
anybody bases their decision on a review. That's not the. I mean,
Right?
unless someone giving it like a 2, where it's so catastrophically bad. But other than that, like just
I
fucking,
don't
especially something like this that's gonna be divisive anyway.
it's not divisive though. That most people like this movie. Most people like I'm telling you
I
from
see, but no. I think that in the beginning, that's what I mean. In the
mm,
beginning, all you heard was rave reviews. But I'm telling you, dude, when you talk to people now, it's been out for a little bit, and
mm,
more people are seeing it. I'm seeing a lot more people who are like, I haven't really seen a whole lot of people who hate it. Just kind
yeah.
of people like me who are like, yeah, it's good, but it's like not, you
Well,
know.
there's a look there's I saw a movie this week. I don't think I can talk about it, but it's got a lot of it's the reviews are phenomenal. They're phenomenal, and I saw it and I was kind of like, it's okay. I don't really get it. I think it's kind of annoying, and I think there's something to be said about when there's a lot. And look, no one at that screening of Batman who gave it a 10 or who gave it a praise or gave it a 9, whatever, is going. Oh yeah, I just want to get my quote on. So I whatever. I mean, if they do, they're fucking stupid. I'm sure there's a couple. I'm sure there's probably a couple, but in
Yeah, there's a
general,
couple.
no, there's really not, dude. People, it's
Oh,
well,
there's a couple.
there. Generally, they don't write reviews. Those people, they just
Well,
get
and
quotes.
you
So
also you also don't know if those people are like Russian informants. Like, you gotta look at the whole thing.
yeah. Oh, anyone who doesn't like the Batman is totally a Russian asset. You're right.
Well, Strasvucia.
Well, I mean, here's the problem. It's not okay to. We got to get over this. It's got to be the best fucking movie in the world, or it's the worst fucking movie in the world.
Sure.
There's such a thing as, hey, it didn't really work for me, but I like this. I like that about it. It's stupid to, oh, everyone loves this movie, and it's getting all these great reviews, including a 10. Oh, it's clearly going to be bad. A lot of people have that attitude. A lot of people do. And we're getting to, if you listen to fucking Twitter, if you listen to every movie sucks. Every fucking movie sucks.
Yeah.
So like I feel like I get really frustrated with the fandom in a way, because it's like I love the idea that people get excited about movies. I don't care what the movies are. I love like fucking that people are like, I even what did I see recently? I saw a movie I really didn't like, and audiences loved it. Oh, it was I saw a movie that I did the junket for cheaper by the dozen. It was a kids movie, like Zach Braff and uh
Oh yeah. I
it's
saw that.
did you yeah, it's the movie's fine for
I
what
thought
it
it was a
is.
show.
No,
It's a
it's a
movie.
movie. It's based
Oh,
on it's a repeat, a requel, a sequel, whatever. No, it's a
oh.
remake. It it's been done
Well,
three times,
I was gonna say
including
the Steve Martin one was a remake, wasn't it?
yeah,
Yeah.
they're both remakes. So this new one is not a series. I think it would have maybe worked better as a series. But with that said, like I was only there to do the interviews. I didn't review the movie. So I know a movie like that is not for me. I'm not big on
Right.
the sappy kid comedies. I hated Home Alone, man. I fucking hate that movie. I think it's just it's annoying as fuck. And I know people love it. Cool, awesome. That's totally fine. But this movie, I was just like, Zach Braff is great.
I like Gabrielle
Gabrielle
Union.
Union is terrific. I mean,
Yeah.
the cast is fine. It's not a badly made movie. It's just not my thing. So, but I'm like, you know what? I could watch it and appreciate that. Wow, so this movie is going to come on. Maybe you get the kids in front of it, and you can have a decent time. At least it wasn't fart jokes. At least it wasn't
What do
fucking
you mean? At least wasn't fart jokes? That makes
because there's
everything
nothing
better.
fucking lazier than kids movies with fart jokes. It's fucking
Yeah, but if it's a
lazy.
kids movie, kids love farts though.
Now that
It's for the kids, Jimmy. It's for the
that
kids.
that is lazy. That's lazy. That's cheap, and it's not good filmmaking. It's
You
not
mean to
good
tell me?
writing. It's
You
fucking
mean to tell
terrible.
me? All right, hang on. You mean to tell me that in Jackass 2.5 when he does the baby powder and does the poof,
Is
that's
that
not
a kids
funny?
movie? Is that for
But that's
children?
not. But see, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. It makes more sense to criticize a movie for adults for fart jokes than it does for kids, because kids, of course,
No,
love
it really
farts.
doesn't, because kids aren't stupid. You don't need to
Neither are
pander.
adults, though. Like,
But you don't need to pander to children to make a good, smart, really great kids movie. Because whenever you get to a movie, and I'm not saying every fart joke is terrible, every poop joke is terrible. Sometimes
most of
they're
them are great.
fine. Sometimes,
Oh
but
yeah.
look, you're making a movie for, and you maybe it's a parent thing. You as a parent, if I'm going to taking my kid to see a movie, oh, I pooped in your whatever.
Dude,
It's not.
that's already a pretty good bit. I'm not gonna
It's
lie.
really not funny though. It's not funny if you're a parent. So suddenly you have your teacher calling and saying, "Oh yeah, why is your kid telling the other kid to go that he should go poop in his face or some shit like that because of the joke?"
Hell
That's
yeah.
not. It's fucking lazy, and
Hell yeah.
it's just fucking lazy.
Hell yeah, dude.
You don't. You can be funny
So
without doing that shit.
are you saying that, like, from a, because you bring up the parents' perspective, is it
Mhm.
because you want your kid to have better taste
No, it's not
as a
that.
kid?
I don't think children. I don't. I think you can. I think you can find a balance. I'm not saying never have that in ever. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm like, if all your movie is that, you don't have a movie. You have shit.
Well, sure, sure. Yeah,
You
no,
know.
I get that. I get that. But I
And
don't
I'm like,
know.
yeah. It's. I don't care that like my kids should have taste or watch the right movies. I watch whatever the fuck you want. I don't give a shit as long as you enjoy it. But I think as filmmakers, it just I don't know. I just think it's lazy.
Yeah.
I think it's lazy, and I
I think you should show your kids the Batman to get them ready for nap time.
No, I'll just take it. I mean, here's the thing though. I'm going to play devil's advocate here. Do
That's
you know
all you
how
do.
many people? I know.
That's fucking
Do
like
you know
all
how
you
many
do.
people said exactly what you're saying about Blade Runner 2049? Do you know how hated that movie is? Do you
Is
know
it
how
really?
many people? Yes, most people found it horribly boring, just pretentious. I mean, there. I mean, I believe the IMDb score will tell you the difference of how many people like Batman and how many people like Blade Runner. It's a big difference.
Yeah, but
It's
who
a,
gives a shit
I know
about
that's
those
the thing.
people?
Who
You know what I mean?
you shouldn't you shouldn't
You know what
care
I
what
mean, dude?
people think. You
Right.
shouldn't
Especially
care
when you
like
know that you're right. It's just like, what do I care?
well
You know?
yeah, but if it's you talking, you wouldn't be right because you have really bad taste. But other than that, yeah.
Nah, dude.
I want to know. So we made a bet that like last week we would watch a couple of movies. Did you actually watch it? So you did watch it, right?
Oh, I forgot that I bet you.
Yeah,
Did
you
you watch
did.
yours?
Did you not watch it?
No, I watched. All right, so check this out, dude.
Okay.
Why don't we go ahead and start? I have a stack here. My idea is to kind of collect the ones that I've watched because I have like a whole layer of DVDs and Blu-rays behind. It's like a bookshelf, and then there's like a stack here, and then a stack behind it. The only way to get to the ones behind it is you got to move the ones in front.
Jesus
So
Christ.
I figure I'll get all the ones in the front first, and then we'll do a little switcheroo, and then
Okay.
we'll work on the back a little bit, hit it from the back a little bit. So here's the deal. I watched quite a few movies.
Wow.
Let's run through my little collection here.
I'm
Okay,
curious to see what you
you said
watched. Jackass in
see
there.
see. You are like, not only is this cool, but you mentioned that this is also a chance to see what my taste is.
Yeah,
Get
yeah, for
ready,
sure.
dude.
Oh, good God.
Get ready. Here we got the remake of Power Rangers
That's fine. That's
on
fine.
Blu-ray. It was
I mean,
fine.
it's
It was
fine. Yeah.
fine. I
Yeah.
rewatched it and I was like, it's not as good as I remembered, but it's not bad either. I didn't
Yeah.
realize that the lead was the kid from Stranger Things.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
say kid, he's literally my age. I looked him up.
Yeah. He's
But
not a kid.
no, like the bad boy with like the curly hair and the mustache, which by the way, it was so weird to see him not look like that. He was the Red Ranger in this.
I know.
And
I know. I interviewed him
and
for that shit, dude.
oh, that's awesome, dude. Like that whole like mullet with the mustache thing that fits him so fucking well that he almost doesn't look as good without it.
Hmm. Yeah.
Anyway, it was all right. Again, it's like 2.5 hours in the last half hour. Like they're only the Power Rangers for the last 30 minutes.
Yeah. Now that is a movie that doesn't need to be 2.5 hours.
No, not at all. No. I mean, I enjoy the backstory, but like you don't need that much of it. And plus,
No. No.
have them be the Power Rangers more, please. That's why we came here. I appreciate them throwing in the old theme song that got me pumped in the theater.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would love a sequel. It'll probably never happen, but I would love a sequel. I like where it's headed. I like
Yeah.
the
I don't
look.
think it. I don't think I forgot whether they. I know there was talk about it. I don't know if it. I think they may have scrapped it because I don't think that really did well enough to warrant a sequel. I don't. I could
Yeah,
be
but I
wrong.
feel like a lot of movies don't do well enough to warrant, but they still do it.
They if there's a sequel, there's a reason. There's a reason that it means it made money. If there's a sequel, that it made money, or there's a kind of like someone was really 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 desperate to make it, and they did a fucking one of those crowdfunding things. So yeah, generally if it makes money, if there's a sequel, it made enough to warrant it.
Yeah.
Compared to box office.
I mean, and even had all the like campiness of the show,
Yeah,
and yeah, I thought it was actually done well. I
it's
just,
fine.
you know,
Yeah, no, I like that. I like the cast. I like the
yeah.
it. I'm not a Power Rangers guy. That kind of was before my time. So I don't give a fuck. So I was just like, okay, well, this just entertained me, and I
I
was
love the
entertained.
Power Rangers, dude. I grew up watching Power Rangers every fucking weekend. I love the movie. Yeah, dude. Hell
You
yeah,
know,
Power Rangers. Shit.
I was actually in a Power Rangers ripoff. I played the villain.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got to be like I it was called the show was called Cyber Kids,
Oh,
and
okay.
one of the main one of the there's a main villain and then his sidekick who was a uh Robert Zarr, I think is the actor's name. He's passed away, unfortunately. He's a big genre guy, so it's kind of cool. I played him young, and I became like it was a de-aging thing, and he became me, and I got to they fucking they I none of it's not even my voice. It's not even they because they made it sound
What?
like him. Yeah, they
Oh,
sound like him. So but I'm in it a lot. I mean, I'm the main villain of that episode, so it's like it's kind of fun to
you're just
watch.
fighting a bunch of kids. What was your villain name? The Diddler?
No, was that I can find out. No, it wasn't the diddler. That would be you. Uh, I don't even
I wear
remember.
two watches because it's always time to diddle.
Diddle,
So,
diddle. Go ahead.
next, Jackass 2.5. Look,
Yes.
man, you can't go wrong with the Jackass movies. You really can't, especially if it's late and you're high. They're always hilarious. They're always a great time. It really is for what it is. As silly as it is,
Uh,
it really is like an iconic kind of thing. The fact that like these guys,
sure.
especially with like this recognizable cast and like
Yeah.
this, they created a whole genre of entertainment.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, dude, these guys are legends in their own right, which is ridiculous considering what it is, but they
Yeah.
really are, and it's cool to see. These guys will people will look back at these movies fucking years and years from now and be like, damn, dude, like these were one of a kind. I mean, people say like, oh, there's that all over the internet now, but like there's really not. They didn't have like the personas and like the like
Well,
you
the
know what I
stuff
mean?
on the
Like
internet's kind of annoying. It's like the people that
and they
like
had
just yeah, that's not funny. Like
they had this elaborate production value and like it
yeah,
was
yeah.
yeah, it was creative and we got Jackass number 2.
Okay.
I was like, fuck it, dude. I'm not even oh, I forgot another one. It's over there. You know what it is?
What is it?
It's Jackass 3.5.
Gee, oh my God! You well, geez, you binge on Jackass.
I did. I did. I also
Shit.
watched I also watched, you ready?
That
Fast
oh,
5.
that's a good movie. That's a
You know,
good movie.
I this was one of the things where like I like randomly picked, like closed my eyes and randomly
Mhm.
picked. And I was like, yeah, I wouldn't mind. It's when you take them for what they are, like yeah, none of them are like the greatest movies, but
No, no,
but they're meant to be like these over the top like blockbustery action movies. And for what they
no,
are, they're a lot of fun.
for sure.
And and I think that I really like kind of most of them, I would say. Um 5 obviously stands out.
Yeah, five
Um
is probably I would for me it's probably my top. Between 5 and 7 are my favorites, and maybe
my
the
favorite
original.
I was going to say my favorite will always be the original.
Yeah, yeah.
But so yeah, I watched 5 and then they have 7 or 6 on HBO. I mean, I also own 6, but
Yeah, 6 I don't like at all.
I
I
was
thought
like,
it was
yeah, fuck it.
boring.
Well, I kept getting 6 and 7 mixed up. So I was like, let me figure out which one this one is. I like
Uh,
6. I like 6, but here's the thing. 6 is when it started to go downhill.
I
That's
see.
when it started to go downhill,
I
I
like
thought.
7, but say it went from 5 down to 6, and then 7 kind of was like, oh no, no, they still got it, and then 8 went for me.
8 is when they were out of ideas.
Yeah, yeah, because 7 ironically, I think
I also like 7 a lot. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I think the reason why 7 works is weirdly enough tragic is because James Wan was put in a very fucking tough position. You lost your leads, one of your leading actors
Yeah.
who has been with the series from the beginning. So what the fuck do you do? So how the fuck do you move around that? Because it's not like you can just fucking, take him out completely. How they handled how they handled losing him in the middle of production was monumental. That's fucking
Yeah.
amazing. That's real
Absolutely.
impressive.
Dude,
So
that scene alone made that song like
dude,
gigantic.
dude, my wife is still pissed off that song did not. I don't even think it got nominated for an Oscar. I don't even think it.
An Oscar?
Yeah, I don't. think it got nominated, and I'm like, really? Come on, seriously?
Well, I mean but I also think that
The Oscars suck.
not that that scene is the only thing Oscar worthy though.
No, I'm talking about the song. I'm not talking about giving the film. No, I
You
wouldn't give
mean
the movie.
Grammys?
No, they have a best song. And the Oscars have a best
Oh,
song.
you mean best song?
Yeah,
Do they
the
have a best
best
song?
song.
I don't
No,
think
I
they
don't
had
even
a
think it
best
was
song.
nominated. I don't even think it was nominated.
I think
It
was
maybe
a best song.
if it was nominated, it didn't win. It was something I don't remember. But like, yeah,
I don't know. It was a very, very big deal. It was everywhere, and yeah, dude, it made me emotional in the theater,
Fuck
and fucking everybody. How do you not? And
Fuck
so,
it broke my heart, man, because
I think that I think that 6 is when they started to get a little silly. And 6 is what led us to 9, which is just
I
like
agree.
unwatchable. So yeah, I think
We still
5
have
is the
together,
last
too.
one. I think if you watch the series up to 5, then that's a good story that they tell. You know?
I mean, I think I really hated 4. I thought it was really bad. I
I
thought it
don't
was really bad.
I
I didn't.
remember 4 I remember 4 being like okay, and then
Yeah,
5 was like way better.
5 was much better. I didn't really like Tokyo Drift. I didn't care. I didn't see part 2. So I
Dude,
wasn't.
you've never seen 2?
No, because I saw I
Dude.
like started watching it and I'm like, I'm not. I have my life is really more important than this right now. So
Dude, 2 is one of those movies that is very much a product of its time. It came out in like 2003,
I think so. Yeah.
and movies were made in such a way back then, and the same thing happened with Mission Impossible 2. That one is so different than the rest of them because it's a very early 2000s type of movie. You know what I mean? And
Okay.
where everything was either Fast and the Furious or The Matrix or like, and they all had like the licensed music and like the cheesy. They were all kind of cheesy a little bit. Like I don't know. It's like just shit that I grew up watching, so I love all that shit. But yeah. So Too Fast, Too Furious is very much like that. And that being said, I think it's still a lot of fun.
Okay. I mean,
if nothing else.
That's one. I mean, it's weird. Like I'm getting to a point. I don't rewatch as many movies. I did watch the one that we talked about, which. But I want to make sure. Are you? What else did you watch? Are we through that stack?
No. First of all, I will say, I've been rewatching a lot of older things because one, again, movies were shorter, even just like fucking 20 years ago. So
you're like anything. Just give me 90 minutes.
No, I mean it's not that I even care, but like that is a draw, I think, and so
no, it's fair. I mean, it's
So
I prefer
but
a
also,
shorter movie.
They're just a lot more fun, I think, and I don't know. Maybe I'm just like going down this nostalgia trail because shit's fucked up now, so I want something that's like reminds me of when times were simpler. Who knows? But our last movie is going to be Ready to Rumble. This was the one. This was the pick, and I watched it. I think that night. I watched it right away. And dude, it holds up. It's still much fun. It's still so much fun.
See,
yeah, I would recommend rewatching this.
That one I don't think I'll rewatch. Maybe I'll have to borrow yours, man, because I do want to see it. I really I did like. I remember watching. It was one of those things where it was on cable all the time, and you're like, "This is fucking stupid," but you can't resist it. It's fucking hilarious, you know. And I like both of them.
Yeah, it's just a good comedy. That's another thing. I feel like they don't really make many just like straight comedies anymore.
No.
I think that's another reason why I like going back to these kinds of movies because they don't really make kinds of movies like this.
No, it's. I mean, yeah, they every so often you'll get like a Night School or Ride Along or something like that. You still get them.
So, are you familiar with the video game Until Dawn? I mean, you're a horror guy. You've heard of that. So there's a game coming out soon that's supposed to be like the spiritual successor to Until Dawn. And and part of the main cast is David Arquette.
Oh, shit. Oh, sweet. Yeah, I'm good for him. Because I know he got into wrestling and stuff. But I'm like...
There's a documentary about that on Hulu.
I know. I've been meaning to watch it. I really like him.
I like the name of it, though. It's perfect. You cannot kill David Arquette.
I like him a lot. I mean,
I do too.
I've always liked him in the Scream movies. I liked him before the Scream movies. I
Yeah,
just he's good.
he does both very well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah,
Like drama and comedy. And when he does comedies, just watching this, I was like, man, he kind of, especially with comedies, he kind of had his own thing that he did,
yeah, yeah.
that he brought to it. That was kind of like a recognizable thing. But I liked it.
That's
I
cool.
liked it.
Well,
Um,
I've been yeah. That's I'm now you made me want to watch it. Now I actually want to watch
you
that.
should watch it. You
I will.
know, is it time to pick another one?
Yes, I think it is. I think it
Yeah.
is.
I figure, hey, let's make this a thing.
Yeah. Oh,
So
shit! I wish I would have brought some. I completely
shit.
forgot to grab some, so I don't know. We may have to. I may have to give you a list or something. I don't know because I don't have this handy dandy
Here we
twister.
go.
We got. All right, look at this.
Here we go. You ready?
Yes, fucking excited.
Let's go. I'm trying to turn my microphone around.
Okay.
Damn it.
Be careful there. Don't hurt yourself.
Oh shit.
I'm excited. I like the fact that you that god damn it, that makes me want to watch that movie really bad. If any of you at home haven't seen Ready to Rumble, it's a cute fucking movie. It's fun.
It's pretty fucking cute.
Yeah.
All
Okay,
right. So, can you see me?
I can see you. Yes. Oh my god, you look stoned.
I have my eyes closed. I have my
I
eyes
know.
closed because I don't. It's got to be a surprise.
Okay, fair enough.
Some of these, like the bigger ones, are going to be obvious as to what they are. Like I know what this is.
Yeah, I can't see what it is, but
So should I pull it anyway?
yes.
Okay. All right. I've kind of been meaning to do this anyway. So we pulled that one. Here we go.
Okay.
Here we go. Give me guide me.
Go lower, because you're picking a lot from the top.
Okay.
Go low. Get those apple bottom jeans on. Go low. Yeah, get that one. Whatever your hand is on right now.
This is another big boxy one. This might be a show.
Okay, well get that out and go 4 up from that.
Well,
I can't see the titles.
Hang on. I'm still working on it. Wait. I got it. Okay.
Now go 4 up from that.
1, 2. Oh, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, pick that one.
Okay.
And then go 2 up after that.
Wait, let me get this one.
Okay. I don't even know. I can't see these at all.
2 up. Okay, so this is 1, and then this is 2
up. Yes. Yes, grab that.
Okay.
And now pick 2 more, go to each side of that. Like just literally go to the next side and pick those 2.
These 2?
Yes.
2 of them.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know how we're going to narrow this down, but
I don't know, but we're going to figure it out. Okay, I think that's enough. Let's try it. Let's see how this is.
Okay. I'm still not going to look at them.
Okay, good. I like your hair. The cut's good on you, man. I like it.
Thank you, man. I put in some product.
Yes, you did. You're looking good for the show, man. Butsy.
More like looking good for the hose.
Good for the hose. Oh my god. There it goes. Okay. I love that poster of Fight Club so much. I love that we both have a Fight Club poster. Oh, there he is. Yay. Yeah.
I have fucking... Do I have 2 of them? I do. Well, I guess I have 2 now. I have that framed thing. Oh. I had another one, but I had an ex tear it up.
What? You didn't tell me that. Oh wait,
I might have mentioned it. It was the one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I can't. I guess I don't know for sure, but it's like, come on.
Yeah. Well, let's see what you fucking got. I'm excited.
So let's reach back.
Okay.
Lean back. Lean back. All right. First up. Oh yeah, dude.
Austin Powers Gold member. Okay.
Dude.
You really love comedies, don't you?
I love Austin Powers so much. I love all 3 of them. I rewatched all 3 of them last year, I think. But I have all 3 of them on DVD. They're also on streaming. I think some of these, like, I won't watch the actual DVDs. Maybe I'll just watch them on streaming because the formatting and the sound is going to be better anyway than on a fucking DVD. So, So yeah, we have Goldmember. So, am I supposed to watch all of these, or are we
No,
going to
no,
pick?
just watch one. Just watch one.
Oh, I'm just gonna pick one. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So yeah, you don't have to, because no one has fucking time to watch a bunch of movies.
That is true. Well, I mean, yeah. All right. So next up, we
Okay.
have the Simpsons movie.
Okay.
I actually liked this when it came out. I
Yeah, I
haven't
was
watched
not
it
a
in quite a
fan.
while,
I love this. I
but
love the series up until that movie, and I really did not like the movie. I was
I enjoyed the
disappointed.
movie. I don't know if I would still enjoy it, probably, but
Well, that's a possibility.
okay.
You might find out.
That's another one. We got next up. We got Jumanji, the remake. Welcome to the
Oh, okay.
Jungle, the
Okay.
first one. I didn't actually think this would be any good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but Ray. I've actually never seen a Jumanji film ever.
Any of them?
Any of them.
They're all good. I haven't seen the
Okay.
sequel to this one, but I heard it's also very good.
Yeah,
But this
that's
one was
good.
actually pretty good.
No, good cast. So.
Fuck. All right. We have Cat Dog, the complete series. So that's all, however many.
I mean, that's
seasons.
a lot of episodes, though. Like, I mean,
it's all 68 episodes of Cat Dog.
Oh gosh, ooh, okay, that's a lot. That's a lot. Fuck. I mean, if we choose that, you could just break it down to maybe a couple episodes, like not go too crazy.
Well, yeah. You'd have to.
There's no fucking way. There's no fucking way
Next
to
up,
watch all that shit.
check this out. You ready? Next up, we got 8 Crazy Nights.
You bought that?
I liked it. I liked it a lot. Well, I mean, it's Adam Sandler. I love Adam Sandler. I know Adam Sandler himself is a very divisive person. You know, even the stuff that's considered his best stuff, a lot of people think is just stupid. And like, I get it, he's silly, but like, you just don't get it, fucking nerd. So I think, no, I enjoyed this. Again, I haven't watched this in quite a while either, but
that's fine.
You know, Whitey is actually a character from one of his old albums.
Oh, okay.
So it's a little throwback for the real AS fans out there.
Yeah, I mean, and there are a lot of them, obviously.
Now, this was the first one that I picked that I told you I knew exactly what it was.
Okay.
And of course, I was right, and it is none other than my Blu-ray Star Wars box set.
Oh gosh, so that's the whole.
This is just the first 6 episodes.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. You know, I have actually, because of like the Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett, I've actually been in kind of more of a Star Wars mood. So I wouldn't mind rewatching all of these, but rewatching all of them is still a commitment, you know.
How about this is so.
I'll tell you what.
I get to pick.
Okay, how about we do it like this? You give me 2 to pick from.
That's a good idea. I'm gonna pick the original Star Wars, the first one, and then the original.
Well, no. Okay, well, see, here's what I think.
Okay.
You either pick the box set or nothing.
Oh, really? God,
I think so.
Fuck.
Because here's the thing. I've been toying with the idea of rewatching all of them anyway. So if I'm gonna rewatch them, I mean, obviously I'm not gonna binge them all in one day. Yeah. But like, you know, I'll just maybe do one a night or something. But if I'm gonna do it, since I've been kind of meaning to anyway, because it's been so long since I've rewatched a lot of them. Yeah. I would like to do it from 1 to 6. So to me, it's like either you pick the box set or you just pick something else.
All right. Okay. So, God, that's a lot. Fuck it. I'm going to pick Star Wars.
Okay. I'm okay with that. I was actually kind of hoping you would say that.
Good. Okay. The next one I want to pick is.
How about this? Since I have all this like extra time, you pick. Since we already picked Star Wars, the 2 that you pick, I will watch. Instead of me picking one, you get to pick. So you picked one that I'm going to watch, and you can pick another one that I'm going to watch.
Well, let's get short. Let's do 8 Crazy Nights. It's a holiday movie, so I don't know if I want to give you that one. What was the bottom one again? The first one.
So this is Austin Powers Goldmember.
Let's do that.
You want to do Austin Powers? Okay. Yeah. Then let me ask you this. Because I have all 3 available to watch, should I watch the first one instead so I can go in order, or do
No,
you
what's
stick
that
with
one?
gold member? You want gold member? Okay,
I want gold
that's
member.
fine. I guess it doesn't really matter if you follow the lore of
Yeah, it's
Austin
not like
Powers that
it's
much anyway. I love
so.
gold.
I like those. I like the idea. I have an idea what I could do. What I could do to, if for my part, I could go and take a quick picture of a section of my videos. I have one with a bunch of videos lined up that I haven't watched in ages, and I could read off like 5 of those because I'm not going to bring in my collection because it's too much of a pain in the ass, and I didn't, think enough ahead of time to actually do that. So I could do that, or we could skip my turn on this, but I don't want to do that. What do you think? Take me 2 seconds. You
You
just
want?
have to talk to people for 2 seconds. What do you think?
Wait, what are you doing?
I would take a picture of my video collect because I have a section of movies I haven't alphabetized. I
Oh,
just
you're
have.
gonna send it to me?
No, I'm just gonna read you 5 of the titles. Just
Okay,
grab a
sure.
picture.
Yeah,
Okay, I'll be
do it.
right back. Don't miss me too much.
Okay.
Talk to
Hey,
people.
hey, everybody, how's it going? Look,
Tell them how wrong I am about Batman.
dude. I was just gonna say, dude, it got pretty heated during that Batman segment, and I want to let you know that no matter how butthurt he gets or got, I stand firmly by my opinion, dude. It's like it was clearly made for film lovers, and that's fine. But that's why it's just kind of an okay Batman movie. I mean,
And everything you said is wrong, but I'm back.
and I don't even care. Like, for all we know, he's working with Putin, and we can't not
Yeah,
know
this
that
is
too
terrible.
much to not think about this. I'm sorry, what?
Okay, so I got what I got here. I got Eddie the Eagle with Taron Egerton.
Right, I remember
Ironically,
that.
I got two Taron movies. I got that, and I got Rocket Man. I got Daniel Craig. I
Okay.
have Frozen 2.
Oh fuck.
Woo! And I have I can't Quiet Place, the first one.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah. What?
And you've seen all of these before.
I've seen all of the. No, Layer Cake I haven't seen actually. I haven't seen that one.
Then I want you to watch that.
Okay, I'm in the mood for that. Actually, that's my pick. That's perfect. So last week we talked about what I'm going to talk a little bit about what I watched this week because I want to kind of fill it up a little bit. Because I watched 2 movies that are worth talking about and worth seeing. So I saw X with the Ty West movie. Do you know my? Did we talked a little bit about this? I believe it's about Mia Goth and Brittany Snow play porn stars in the 70s. It's 1979. They go with their director, a producer, a cameraman to this. Basically, they rent out an old house on a farm to film a porno called The Farmer's Daughters. Bad fucking shit happens. It sounds like the basic premise is it's very basic. It's a slasher film. Like they get killed off in really violent ways. But what makes it stand out is that it's done in such a unique way. The editing, everything, and the story is really interesting by setting it in the 70s. It's literally one of the best Texas Chainsaw Massacre remakes that isn't a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
fantastic.
yeah. I heard that it's like a very, it has a very 70s slasher feel to it. Like it captures that very well,
And
from what I've heard.
there's a scene in it like it sucks. I wish you'd seen it because it's so fucking cool. Like there's one scene in the movie that really it doesn't have anything to do with the film per se, but it's one of the most fucking suspenseful scenes I've ever seen. I'm like, holy fuck, oh my god, through the whole scene and almost nothing happens, but the way Ty West shoots it is fucking ingenious. It is really a fucking cool scene. Like, and I don't want to spoil it for anybody. It's well worth seeing. If you like horror, It's a no brainer. CX. The other, you know how you were talking about movies that they try to recreate the old time feel of
Oh
the
yeah.
classics. There's a movie that did that, and it's called The Outfit, and it's a gangster pick. It's Dylan O'Brien. It's what's that guy's name? Zoe Deutsch is in it. It's Mark Rylance. He plays a tailor, an English tailor who has a little shop, a little thing that he makes suits for the wealthy gangsters in the area. Some bad shit happens. It's done. Watching it, dude, I was like, this is like a fucking like a James Cagney movie. Like literally, the dialogue is so rich, and it's not the most visually whoa because there's no. It's one set. It's the shop. That's it. But the way they kind of deal with it and the way they do shoot it and the fucking dialogue and the fucking performances, it's outstanding. It's a really good fucking movie. So I recommend those two, both of them theatrical, but both are really worth watching. And of course, the movie. Do you remember the movie I picked that you picked last week? I wish I could quit you, man.
Oh yeah, yeah. Did you watch that?
I did. I did, and I. So okay, I don't know how much I talked about this last week, but I don't think I did because I think we wanted to save it. The first time I saw Brokeback Mountain, I didn't like it. I had issues with like kind of the some of the things. For some reason it's one of those things. There is some truth to when you hear a movie get a lot of praise and you see it and it doesn't quite maybe live up to that praise, which you experienced with the Batman. It doesn't excite you as much because you're like, really, that's what everyone was talking about. And I kind of had that reaction with Brokeback Mountain. So I did see it again because I wanted to, I kept hearing, no, you should give it a chance, you should give it a try. And I actually watched it again, and I liked it a lot more, and I kind of, it worked better, it worked well. So now watching it all these years later, yeah, it's a really beautiful film. It's a really beautiful film. It's Heath Ledger. There's a reason he's a legend. It you know what makes me sad to see him in movies now? Kind of makes me sad because
Yeah, well, I mean, he had such charisma to him, and of course he
yeah.
was very talented, but he was also very young, and
Hmm.
and he had so much. He had a long career ahead of him.
He did, and it's a I watched that movie and I was watching it and it's like God, you have such a great cast. You have him, you have Jake Gyllenhaal who's phenomenal. Those two have fucking amazing chemistry in the film. It's lovely to see it. It still holds up, and Michelle Williams is great. Anne Hathaway is great. I mean, it's fun to see those guys like when they were young and bright, and they like had all this like they're so like new. I mean, they were all fairly established by that time, but
Yeah,
I mean, it's a really beautiful film. It's a really well made movie. Although I dare say there is a English version that's not. It's a similar type of movie about two guys who meet ranch hands and fall in love. It's called God's Own Country. I think it's a slightly better film. I think it is because it's a little
He's like,
more.
I wish I could cease you.
No, it's just it's God's Own Country is a little more brave in how they deal with the sexuality. They're a little more. It's a little ballsier of a film. It doesn't. It takes a few more chances with what it shows and how explicit it gets. But I still, because there are moments in Brokeback where you're kind of like you do see two actors pretending to an
yeah,
extent.
yeah, yeah.
Especially
Like, what's that fucking Adam Driver, Scarlett Johansson thing, like A Marriage or whatever the
oh, I
fuck
love that
it's
movie. You
called.
didn't like it? Dude, oh, that's yeah, I love that movie. That was excellent.
Oh, you're being serious?
Yeah, dude,
Oh
everyone
my
that movie was huge. That was
That
like a
fucking
very
when they're
well reviewed.
arguing, it's like
Have you
you're
ever?
watching a it's like you're watching a play. Like it does not feel authentic at all. Like it feels
Oh
like
wow, I totally
it feels
disagree.
that's like what you're talking about. You see them performing. You don't see the character, you see them performing.
How? Oh, I
I'm
totally
surprised, dude. I'm
disagree.
surprised that you like that so much because
Everyone did. No, critics were raving about
was
that.
just like that scene especially is just like they're
Yeah, I
playing to
don't
the
know.
Academy.
I'm shocked to hear because literally that was super well acclaimed. It got tons of Oscar
Well,
nominations. That was a
look,
big.
I'm a little bit different.
You're a little bit. That's look. That's the thing about like I think you watch a movie like that. It's very it comes from with your background. It's like if you relate to it, great, it works for you. If you don't,
Look,
it just doesn't.
here's the
And
thing. Here's the thing. I got an idea. How about this? Instead of check this out. Instead of Adam Driver, even this fucking Batman shit. Instead of Robert Pattinson, you know who you get? David
so,
Arquette. Boom. Movie's fixed. 10 out of 10. True masterpiece. All right. That's the problem with a true love marriage, whatever the fuck it's called. It's no Ready to Rumble,
Marriage
and it
Story.
never will be.
Marriage Story.
A marriage story, more like a fucking.
You know what though?
More
Can
like a
I tell
fucking
you?
bedtime story.
Let me tell you something, and I completely think you're wrong on that. I think that just it blows my mind to hear that because I've literally everyone praises that movie like it's.
Well, I'm
But
not everyone.
here's the thing,
Me.
I actually do kind of like that you just that you and I think to be fair, you and I do have that a little bit. Like I've walked into some very popular movies, fucking hate them. It's not my thing. Like I there's a few classics that people are like, oh, that's you
Yeah,
gotta love
yeah.
Forrest Gump.
Okay, fine. Instead of this always falling on me, what are some like super critically acclaimed movies, new or old, that you don't care for or
Oh,
just fucking
okay,
hate?
that's easy. I hated Forrest Gump.
Oh, that's right. We talked about that.
Yeah, I do not like Braveheart at all. I do not
That's
like
fine.
Braveheart. I'm
I'm not
trying to
upset at that.
recent. You know what's really funny? And I actually did an event where we had to celebrate this movie, and I think it's one of the worst movies I've ever seen. I fucking hate this movie, but I was there for Flicks for Fans, the Mad Max thing. Remember that?
Right.
We did one for that. This movie, Independence Day. I fucking hate that movie with a passion. It's so when we did the event, I was like, God, these people came and they're loving this movie and they're so excited. So I'm not gonna piss on their parade. I'm not gonna do that. But like after like we did our Q&As and after we did our little thing, gave our prizes, I went up to Jason. I was like, do I have to stay and watch it? And he's like, no, you can go. I hate that movie. I hate it.
What about okay, so obviously this one sticks out a certain degree as far as like your level of hatred. What about it gets you so amped up?
Terrible dialogue, terrible characters. I didn't give a fuck about anything. I'm just like, just let them blow the place up. And it's just very badly edited. It's again like it's tricky because when I saw that movie the first time, I wasn't a film critic, and weirdly enough, you would think like in a way that a film critic would be more critical. Like I would, if when you start writing reviews or starting doing that, you're more critical of stuff. Weirdly enough, being a film critic, I was suddenly having to watch movies that weren't in my genre, that weren't in my wheelhouse. So I would have to watch a movie like that. I would have to watch a movie like I'm trying to think of something that I don't like anime. So I'm not an anime guy. So I'd have to watch an anime movie. I'd have to watch all these movies, and I'm not going to be a fucking asshole critic. And yeah, there's a couple of them. I like to say a couple because I don't like to trash my profession, but like there's a couple that like they tend to like Entertainment Weekly used to their horror reviews were just like are you serious? They gave the Human Centipede 2 a B plus. They said, "Oh my god, yeah, that's a B plus." Human Centipede 2, yeah, go. And then they gave that same like in a matter of a month, they gave Let the Right One In a D minus or something like that. I'm like, or a D plus or whatever. But I'm like, really? Did you see the films? Yeah, but it's
Yeah, I'd give it a D's nuts.
You would. So, and now I'm having a coughing fit. But I'm pretty stoned. So, what was I saying? Oh. So yeah, like I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. So other movies I didn't like that are popular. I saw one, but I can't talk about it yet. Trying to think recently. West Side Story is the one. I mean, that's it's pretty popular. It's nominated for a bunch of Oscars. I was like, wow,
I don't know. I
really?
wouldn't consider that to be the same thing.
Well, it's well reviewed. It's got 90 on Rotten Tomatoes or something like that. It's got pretty
but nobody's
high.
looking at that movie like they look at Forrest Gump or anything.
Again, it's got several Oscar nominations. So it's some people are. Some people
It's
are.
something, but it's not going to be. It's not going to be that, you know.
For sure. I didn't. Okay, let's get. I didn't like Us, Jordan Peele's movie.
Okay.
I didn't like that one. I thought it was a good idea, and I thought there was a lot of. I think he's an interesting filmmaker for sure, and I like Get Out. I didn't love Get Out. I'm weirdly like with him. I think he's really a talented guy, and I like his stuff, but I'm not like blown away by it. And Us, I of course her performance is fucking. You've seen Us, right? Have you seen it? Oh, okay. Um, it's it's basically about a group of people who are living underneath the war. We all have doppelgangers, and they all end up kind of coming up and blah 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 and doing a lot of violence and shit. I felt the twist was really obvious. I didn't care. Recently, I'm trying to think what I saw. Oh, so a friend of mine, a critic friend of mine, was like, who loves musicals, was desperate. No, that's not even a fucking good movie. I'm not even going to bring that one up. Fuck that. The Prom. Fuck that. That movie sucked ass. I'm trying to think what else. Like, well, oh yeah. I didn't like Home Alone. I didn't like.
Okay.
I haven't really been a huge fan of the Star Wars franchise for a while. I'm pretty.
That's what I mean. Like, that's the kind of movies I'm talking about. Like, which kinds of those movies where you're like, fuck that?
Well, I used to be. I used to be a fan, dude. I used to love Star Wars. When I was a kid, it was like the coolest thing ever. I had the toys and I had all that shit. But I don't know. Like for some reason, once you have the Phantom Menace, then you go into Attack of the Clones, and then you go into the I don't know the Revenge of the Jedi or whatever, and then
Well, and I've said this a bunch of times on the show that The Mandalorian and even the Book of Boba Fett, and hopefully this Obi-Wan Kenobi show that's coming out, but they are the best thing in Star Wars in a very, very long time.
Yeah.
It has the same spirit,
It sucks in a way because say I had to review one of these movies, I could do it without being. I could let go of this, but to be honest, I started watching Mandalorian. I got through 4 episodes. I don't care. I just lost interest completely. I didn't watch Boba Fett. It looks terrible. I'm not going to watch it. I'm not going to watch Obi-Wan Kenobi unless I have to. Unless I have to cover it for some reason. I'm not a big fan of television in general. So like that's not a statement that the show is going to be bad per se. It's just I don't want to watch a show. I don't want to watch a TV show.
What if they put something in the way?
No, I wouldn't watch it.
Would you like it then?
No.
What if they're having a lightsaber duel and something in the way is playing?
No.
Is that when you'd like it?
No, I wouldn't like it. There's one show that I'm actually kind of curious about that's kind of coming up just because I like her there, and I like I love Anne Rice shit. I used to read Anne Rice because I was a weird goth kid, but like they're making a series called The Mayfair Witches, and Alexandra Daddario she's attached to it. I like her a lot. I might watch that. I might give that a try. Probably not, but I don't know. I haven't. It's like
there's on HBO. There's a Blade Runner like animated, not like cartoony or anime, but like more like computer generated kind of look than animated.
Yeah, I know about it.
Show. It's like a futuristic Los Angeles. I haven't started watching it yet. I'm really excited about it though. Okay. I mean, so far as far as I'm concerned, everything Blade Runner is really good, including the recent movie. So I'm hoping that that will continue with this show. So I'm
Didn't
excited.
you see the original Blade Runner like recently?
Like
Yeah,
last
like
year. Yeah.
that's so fucking cool.
Yeah.
You know,
Because they have I've heard that the final cut is the one you're supposed to watch.
Yeah, I have
And
it. If you want to borrow it, I
well,
actually.
no, but that's the one that's on HBO. So I watched
Oh,
that one,
gotcha.
and then that's also where I watched 2049, which is so good.
So good. Yeah, I'm a big fan of his though. I generally like Denny. I think I like that. I liked Arrival. I loved the one that the Dune recently. I really thought that was good too. I like the way he tells a story. I think it's interesting. I like that it's kind of surreal and kind of slow. I kind of
He
like
did Arrival.
Yeah, he did Arrival.
I loved Arrival.
It's great. He's a great fucking filmmaker, dude. He really is. He's there. He out of all the like really cool like visionary directors right now, like the Nolans and the Villeneuve, I prefer him just because I think his movies work a little better for me. You know, I tend to enjoy his stuff a lot more. But like with Nolan, and I know that like Nolan has a lot of people that really love his stuff. I'm not saying he's he's a bad director at all. It's just his work doesn't always speak to me. Doesn't always get me. Even though I love Dark Knight, even though I loved the one that I can never fucking think of, the one with Tom Hardy, the other one with Tom Hardy, not the
Inception.
Yeah, that one. I really like that one. I think that's my favorite.
I like that one too. Dunkirk was fine. It didn't really have the same like.
Oh, that I hated.
Big feel that you get used to, or that I was used to. Dude, Interstellar. Oh my god, I loved Interstellar so much.
Yeah, no, Interstellar's good. That's that. If you want to know a movie I hated Dunkirk. I hated Dunkirk.
Yeah, it's not his strongest movie at all.
No, it had zero character development. Nothing. It was just like all look the same. Literally, they all look the same. You're like, I don't care. I just
yeah. The only good thing in that movie is you get more brilliant eye acting from Tom Hardy.
That's true.
And I'm serious, dude. He is the best at acting without talking or having his mouth visible. Like he's really good.
You know, it's it's kind of shameful though. I'm you know how big of a Tom Hardy fan is. I am. I've not seen Venom 2, and I actually liked Venom. So
you know what, dude?
I'm one of them.
The first Venom I thought was fine, and the second Venom I thought was fine.
Okay.
I think they're both kind of but they're the same level of So if you like the first one, you'll probably like the second one.
Yeah, because I remember when I saw it, I had heard it was so terrible. I heard all these bad reviews. I was like, oh, really? Wow, it's really that bad? And I'm like, I'm entertained.
The post-credit scene for 2 is kind of cool.
Oh, is it?
I'll say that. Yeah, I'll say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll watch it then because I like the first one. It's not. I give people. I have a friend who's like a big Spider-Man fan, and every time I talk about Venom, I go, no, dude. It's because he was like, you like that movie, dude? That was the worst movie ever. I fucking hated that movie. I'm always like, yeah, but it was better than that last Spider-Man. That's for sure. Just I don't believe that. Of course, and he was like, "No, dude. Oh fuck." I'm like, "No, it's better than Civil War." It's better. I just start trashing all the.
You know, honestly, dude, those first 2 Spider-Man: Homecoming and what is it, Far From Home?
Terrible.
They're not good. Honestly, Venom. I think that I might like Venom more. I think part of the statement, it might be true. Like,
well, it's just like Venom was one of those I just had really low expectations for, but as a Tom Hardy fan, it was enjoyable. And it was
and he's the voice of Venom too, which is cool.
Yeah, it's like wait, no, I thought it was someone. I don't think that's right. Is that right?
I think that's right.
I'm
pretty sure that's right. Because there's times where he yells as Eddie Brock, and you're like, "Oh, that was just Venom."
Yeah, I don't think. No, I think Venom has. I think it's played by an actor. If I'm not
check
mistaken.
this out. Yeah, his name is Tom Hardy.
We're
yeah,
fact
I'm
checking right now on something Stoney. God damn it!
Well, whoever it is, it sounds an awful lot like him, at least.
Well, here, let's just do this, right? See if, hey Siri, who is the voice? Who plays the voice of Venom?
It was Tom Hardy. I got to it way faster.
You got to it?
Yeah, it is him. You think I don't know what Tom Hardy sounds like, dude?
Tom Hardy. Guess not. Jesus. For some reason I thought I read someone, and I stopped thinking about it. So I'm like, I just didn't. That comes as a surprise. I don't know. I should have
no respect. This. I get no fucking validity. I get nothing, dude.
I'm embarrassed. I didn't know that.
I gotta Google shit that I know just because I get no fucking credit for anything.
You know I love you. You know I still care.
Whatever.
No, yeah, I'm never I never want to fucking shit on your taste, dude. I'm like, we disagree on a lot of shit. You know, your love for Adam Sandler is like I'm just like, whoa, I don't get that at all.
But I don't know. I also think part of that is just kind of timing, especially with someone like him. Like, you had to be the right age at like the right time at like during his heyday to kind of really be on board with it. You know, you had to be very young, I think, during that time, because that's what the comedy is kind of aimed towards. It's very adolescent, very juvenile, and then it's, you know,
I think
that's what it was.
Yeah, and I think the big thing is that, like, you know, we all I remember watching Halloween H2O, right? Okay. I remember watching that with my family one time, and
it's a good movie, dude. I was just gonna say, you know who's been coming? Speaking of that,
oh shit, who?
You know who I'm seeing more of again out of nowhere, and I'm kind of happy to see him again because he disappeared out of nowhere when he was like still kind of like doing what Josh Hartnett.
Oh, okay.
I saw him. He's going to be in a couple movies coming out. Yeah, I saw him in like a commercial. Yeah, dude, he still looks good. But also like during like the early 2000s and late 90s, like he was in a lot, you know, and he was like and
he never combed his hair.
But he was always like one of the leads, you know.
Yeah,
and
I love Josh Hartnett.
Yeah, and then like he was just gone, and yeah, I guess now it's his turn to come back, and that's cool.
Well, it's him and Brendan Fraser is seemingly making a comeback
the Renaissance, dude. I
totally deserved.
Absolutely, I love Brendan Fraser. I think, man, I don't know for sure, but it's either, if it's not here, then I have it back home, in which case I'll have to bring it back. Is my DVD copy of Bedazzled.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I love that movie.
Oh my god.
I love that movie.
That was Elizabeth Hurley, right?
Yeah, Elizabeth Hurley. Yeah.
That's amazing. Well, it's so I love that guy, and like I'm not even a huge fan of the Mummy movies, which a lot of people love. The CGI really bothered me, but I had to interview him for one of those, and I got to interview him right before he disappeared from everywhere, right? So it was like I was so fucking charmed by him, dude. He just like I sat down and I said something, and he literally said, "Oh, pull my finger." And I'm like, "Okay." So I pulled his finger, and he did like a little like it was just like, I like this guy. He just fucking around and not taking things seriously, and I was really bummed when he stopped working, and I'm really happy to see him coming back. Yeah, because he just seems like a genuinely. I don't know what he went through. I don't know. You know, you never know. You never know if someone's having whether it's drug addiction, whether it's just mental.
I think. Well, I think that maybe it's not publicly known, but I know that you can find out what happened. Like, it's not like a mystery. But I don't think it was anything serious. I don't think. I know it wasn't drugs or anything. So.
Oh, okay. Well, he was treated weirdly. He was treated kind of badly, I believe, by a lot of media. Like, I feel like he got picked on a lot. I don't know. Maybe it's been a while since he was big, so I don't even.
Yeah, but I mean, I've always enjoyed watching him. I've always found him very entertaining. I like a lot of his movies. Dude, Airheads. Hey, speaking of Adam Sandler,
yeah, that's true.
That's all of those guys when they were like really young. That's a good movie.
It's weird.
I definitely have that.
Oh, that's one we should. That you should watch. That you should watch. I don't know, man. I'm feeling pretty good, but I'm like, we're going on about a couple hours. What do you think? Do you want to continue?
Yeah, let's get the fuck out of here.
Let's do it. Let's fucking.
So here's the deal. Look.
Yeah.
Rate, review, like, subscribe, comment. Like, did I already say that? Like it again. Yeah. Unlike it, and then like it again.
Exactly.
So do all that stuff. Just because, I mean, unless you're a Russian informant. But do all that. As for me, first of all, follow @Mates Comedy, my sketch comedy group. We're still pumping out sketches. We're pumping out content. Go to Instagram, @Mates Comedy. Go to TikTok. Go to YouTube. It's Mates. On Facebook, Mates Comedy. Follow it if you like comedy, if you like laughing, if you like sketches, if you like talented people, if you like up and coming creators and artists and whatnot. Check out Mates Comedy, dude. And if nothing else, support your boy. All right, @Mates Comedy. Bam. Also, if you're more of just a me fan or whatever, you can also check out my Instagram @JustinButts94. You can also follow me on Twitch. Dude, I've been meaning to stream forever. When will I get to it? Why don't you find out? Follow twitch.tv/Justin_Butts. And that's it. I'm not going to plug my Twitter because I don't fucking check it, but it's up there if you want to check out my tweets.
Hey, if you would you do me a favor and would you think about doing Elden Ring? I'd love to see that.
Honestly, dude, no.
It's hard as fuck.
I'll tell you what. I'll let you know. I'll let you know when I do Maneater because they do have a PS5 version now.
Okay.
So, the Shark one, and then I'll let you know because I still need to. I never finished the Mad Max game, and I'd like to. Yeah. So I'll let you know when I do that.
Okay. Well, and as
I mean, you get notified. So.
Yeah, I'll see it. I'm Jimmy O. You can find me at Joe Blow. You can find me sometimes Arrow in the Head. We Live Entertainment. Got a lot of fun interviews coming up the next a week actually. So also you can find me at got that shit up here. Look up there. Jimmy to the O at Instagram and Twitter, and James Oster on Facebook. And yeah, I'm available on Cameo. Guys, thank you for watching. Justin,
get him to sing something in the way. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you guys next week. And look, hey, again, despite everything, go ahead and go see the Batman. Just to see what you might think.
Just wear.
You never know. Just make sure. Of course, dude. Just make sure to bring your pillow and your eye mask. Anyway, good night, everybody.